James Pelton, and I'm excited. I have Alex, Wayne, and Isaiah here. We're talking. This is the anti 9 to 5 team, and again, your name. I just love the name because that sums up like what I want to do with my channel. What I want to help people with is there's nothing to me that's sadder or more sad, I guess is the right grammar. Than when people are working 9 to 5 for 40, 50 years of their life and they hate what they're doing. And I tweeted out earlier, thank God it's Friday is one of the that's the saddest thing that people could say. It's like you hate your week and there's 3 days out of your week that you enjoy. And so I just want to help people get out of that. So what these guys do is Facebook drop shipping. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Isaiah is one of their customers. So he's been running a Facebook store. So I'm excited to have him here to answer questions kind of about the setup and the experience that people might be going through. So maybe, again, enough of me talking. Let's start to get to you guys. If you're in the audience, please hit the like button. Need that from you guys. And if you have questions, whether it be for Alex and Wayne that are part of the team, or you want to ask Isaiah about, hey, what's your experience been like? We're going to talk through this. What results have you seen? Was it really done for you? And we'll ask some of those questions. But now is the time to get those questions answered. Again, so many people wait till afterwards and then they ask me later. And I'm not the one with the answers. Okay, these are the guys with the answers. I'm a facilitator, is a glorified facilitator. That's what I am. So Alex and Wayne and Isaiah, could you start out by quickly introducing yourself and then we'll start jumping into some questions?
Sure. I'll go first. My name's Wayne. I'm one of the founders here of Anti 9 to 5 Club, along with Alex. I'm not sure if he's above or below me, but yeah, we have for ourselves and helped others learn how to make money in e-commerce online. So again, the name says it all, but e-commerce was one of the first avenues that kind of showed us how to make money online. So now we're in a position to help other people and share our knowledge and kind of let them enjoy the same things that we enjoy.
Yep. And my name's Alex, also a co-founder here at Anti 9 to 5 Club. And just like Wayne said, we've been running stores for e-commerce for a while now. And we realized that we have a lot of knowledge. So we figured we'd finally pull back the curtain, show exactly what we're doing by creating a course and also doing a done with you and done for you program to give people access to this wonderful world of e-commerce as well as passive income, which is pretty cool. So that's why we're here today, to show you guys a little bit what we're up to.
Awesome. And then what about you, Isaiah? Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to be on. So my name is Isaiah. I'm a customer of the Anti 9 to 5 Club. Joined you guys about 3 months ago, and I'm a fellow dreamer, entrepreneur. I have a family with 2 kids. I'm trying to build passive income streams to eventually be financially independent. James, I love Jesus. I love your channel and the things you're doing there.
Yeah.
And I want to impact the kingdom. So these guys are helping me do that one way.
Awesome. I didn't even know that, Isaiah. So that's awesome how God brings this all together. So love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay. So maybe we'll start with Alex and Wayne. Can you kind of tell us, again, I mentioned before the call that we've had our other company that's been helping with, done for you Facebook stores. They've been talking about how, no, Facebook's not working. We're not getting sales. We're not getting traffic, et cetera, et cetera. Do you guys want to just talk about why that might be, what you guys feel the state of the Facebook marketplace area is, and just kind of talk into that a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Alex and I, when we first started doing this, we actually started doing this before Facebook Shops was a thing. Facebook Shops is still very early and definitely in its infancy. And you can even see that it's like almost still being kind of tested, where Facebook Marketplace, a lot of people stopped on Facebook Marketplace because Shops was the shiny new thing, right? But we've always done Facebook Marketplace from the beginning. And when there was a lot of traffic on Shops, we just added that to what we were doing. We didn't abandon the marketplace like a lot of people did or ignore it. So we always had experience there. And we definitely saw the traffic shift back to marketplace. So all of our clients sell on marketplace and Shops. Since we can't guarantee where the traffic is going to go, we basically just diversify across both of them. But I think a big part of that shift was, since Shops is still new, there's no seller fee. So on Facebook Marketplace, like Amazon, Shopify, any other online platform, there's a seller fee. So Facebook Meta keeps 5% of your sale, which, millions and millions of dollars, that's a lot of money, right? So currently Shops has no seller fee. So if you actually go to the Meta support and look, it says the seller fee comes back end of June. So we want to be poised to take advantage of that should all the traffic shift back there, because anyone selling on Marketplace or Shops last April saw how powerful that was. They were really surging. So for now, we're just kind of going where the traffic is. We list on both, we sell on both, and we'll take the sales on both. But right now, we're getting the most on Marketplace. So that's kind of where we drive the efforts. But all of our clients also have one or multiple shops that we've built for them, or they've used our course to build in anticipation of some of that traffic coming back, hopefully this summer. But Marketplace, you can still get sales there. And we've been doing that since the beginning.
And just to kind of piggyback off of that, basically what a Facebook shop is almost like your virtual storefront that we build for you. And I think that it's really smart to build it and sell on there and upload products just like you do on Facebook Marketplace for that time when eventually they do bring that seller fee back. So even if sales are slower on the one side of the business, we definitely want to make sure that, yes, we are poised to take advantage of it when that traffic does shift back over. But yeah, I mean, just to kind of go back off what Wayne was saying, Facebook Marketplace has always been like our cream of crop, like our bread and butter. That's where we really focus on and we're expert in. And that's where the traffic and that's where the sales are taking place right now.
Okay. And just to verify again, since I don't know Facebook very well, the difference is Facebook Marketplace is more like peer-to-peer sales. Like that's where I put, my kid's bassinet on and then somebody comes and picks it up, right? That's normal. And then Facebook
Exactly.
Shop is more like just a storefront. Is that the right way of thinking about it?
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
what's interesting is the shop items still list in the Marketplace. So when you're scrolling where you might see your kid's bike or ceiling fan, when you click those items, you don't know. Well, you'll know when you click into it, but it could be from a shop or it could be from just Isaiah himself. So to the to the consumer, they don't really know, but the traffic definitely shifts between them. But they're all being sold actually in the same place. The biggest difference is one's kind of like a storefront and one's more of an individual commerce profile, but they're very similar.
Okay.
Shops has some more like advanced kind of selling features, which we definitely like. So I think that's the direction they want to go. It's definitely a bit more robust, but it doesn't change anything for us. And, we hope both sell, because then it's kind of, you have two options to sell within one platform.
Right. The more the merrier, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, very cool. Before we get to Isaiah and his experience, could you guys kind of talk about what do you see as kind of the typical experience? Like what's the typical, it takes, 90 days to get your first sale or 30 days to get your first sale. And then you're seeing on average, maybe 4K a month in profit, or what's kind of the averages? I know it's going to be vary between there's a lot of factors that go into, but what would you kind of say people should maybe expect?
Sure. So one thing that actually happened was it was actually right when we did the last video. Obviously, we're at the mercy of these e-commerce platforms. Facebook implemented an entirely new verification process. Not good or bad. It did delay things a little bit because we had to learn how to basically the new process of verifying it. So they've gotten a little more strict, but if you're doing everything the right way, it actually will benefit us in the long term. So there actually was a little bit of delay of the first batch of people or second batch of people we brought on while we went through this verification. So they actually require like an ID, and sometimes we'll even send you physical mail. But that added like a couple weeks on. But in my opinion, I think if you're doing things the right way, it's a benefit to get off like bots or anyone gaming the system. So that was the only thing that actually delayed it. So we actually used to get sales right away. Now it actually wants you to verify your social security number as well as your ID, kind of like almost like how like a Coinbase would or like a crypto platform. And sometimes that takes a couple weeks. Meta's a little bit slow on the back end. So it used to be able to get a sale. Like if you started selling, you could get a sale the first week. But now it's kind of between 30, 45 day mark to go through that verification process. But the ones that we've gotten through are smooth sailing. So that actually is new. And obviously the platform is constantly evolving, but not the best timing, but we have a very, very smart team. And we actually have a dedicated team now to managing all of the verifications, because sometimes there's back and forth saying, hey, can you send a better picture of your ID? And you're kind of going back and forth with like a support ticket, which on any platform, the support tickets aren't really the most entertaining thing to go back and forth with when it's not a live chat. So we actually have a dedicated team managing the emails to get all the accounts verified. So that actually will delay getting a sale the first month. Some go right through, some don't. we haven't found the rhyme or reason. But
also, to go off of that, if you are in one of those situations where you're a little bit delayed for the verification, it's nothing to worry about because it doesn't count towards like your 90 days inside the program. We're only going to start the 90-day program from the time that you're actually started and verified and ready to rock and roll and start selling.
Okay. Very good. Very cool. Yeah. And one of my experiences from drop shipping myself is one advantage is these platforms, like you said, are always changing, and there's always, oh, now, shops isn't working as well. You need to focus more on marketplace and things like that. And so personally, and I say this to my audience, I would always prefer to use someone like these guys rather than do it myself, because I do not have the time to keep track of the changes in the Facebook algorithm and the platform. And so it's just when I've tried to do stuff like this on my own personally, it doesn't work well because I can't follow it the way that they can. So just want to say
exactly. So like if you got the verification, you'd have to deal with meta support. And then, you're a busy guy, you got other ventures going on. The last thing you feel like doing is going back and forth with a support ticket, trying to upload a picture of your ID, right? That's just, it's annoying. So like we have, virtual assistants that, we give them specific roles. So they'll keep going back and forth until they enable shipping and you're verified. And, if it takes 30 days, we're not going to hold that against the client. It's totally out of their hands. So as soon as they're verified, we basically start their 90-day build and launch. So
I think that the security feature is actually, in a way, it definitely is a pro because it means that it's just a safer platform, and safer platforms are better for customers too, which means that more people will want to purchase from a platform that is deemed as safe as well. So overall, I see this as being something that will increase sales over time. Can't say for sure, but that's what I would assume.
Yeah, I can't remember, Rami, did it do the verification thing when we set you up or no? You were a little bit before that.
It was pretty smooth sailing. I think in the first 30 days we were up and running. I don't remember any problems there.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah. So I'm trying a new thing too. I'm turning marketing on its head. Usually what you do is you do a whole presentation and then you talk about the pricing at the end. And actually I find that really annoying. So I'm going to stop doing that in my things and just talk about, hey, what are the costs? Let's get to that up front so people know, oh no, I'm not interested in that at all. So can you talk about the costs for the program, what the different options are, and then we'll get into Isaiah's experience?
Sure.
Yeah. Go ahead, Alex. You got this.
Yeah, sure. So there's basically 3 levels of involvement. And we've, as you know, like we have before, we've discounted them too for anyone who's like a subscriber or a viewer. So basically what we have is first level of involvement is, I can't see which one this is.
This one's the roadmap course, the Facebook.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the course. Yeah. So this is the first level of involvement. So we've discounted this for 40% for your viewers if they use that code James40. So if you plug that promo code in, it will discount that price 40% off. And that'll be the course that you have full access to. It's in bite-sized pieces, and it'll show you everything that you need to do to get started. If you want to start doing product research, listing products, customer service, find your own VA, and basically have them manage it for you and turn this into a passive income business. You can figure out how to do all that right from the course. Because like we said before, we pull back all the curtain, show exactly what we've done before for many times. We've recorded and put it in this course. So so again, that's discounted $2K off. So it comes out to $29.98. Cool. Then the next offer that we have is a coaching program. So basically what this is it's $4,000 discounted from $5,500. This is the already discounted price. And what we do is we give you access to the course. And then what we're also going to do is give you access to Discord chat. So the Discord chat will actually be where you have a one-on-one coach that will actually help you answer any sort of questions that you have along the way. So as you're going through the course and any sort of problems or any sort of recommendations or suggestions that you want along the course of the 90 days, we're here to help. We want to make sure that you're a success. We want to make sure that we're there as a support system, whether that means if you want to start selling, Facebook marketplace stores and running them for other people too, that's totally an option as well. And we're going to help you be that support system for you throughout your time in the Discord. Okay. So that's the second option. Then the third option is it's sort of like a done with you program within 90 days. So this one is the MSRP is originally 10K. We discounted it already for you guys for 40% off to 6K. So we've actually only opened this up for 5 more spots because our bandwidth, we could only take on so many clients and we don't want to be run down. We want to be able to give everyone 100%, best A-class service that we can. So we only open this up for 5 more people. And if you still see the link and it's still working and it's still there, that means that it's still available, but eventually when we get the 5 people, will fill up. So what we're doing in this, done with you program is within 90 days, we're going to build, scale, and launch you your own Facebook marketplace and shop. We're going to build you your own virtual storefront on the shop side. We're going to do the product listing. We're going to do the product research. We're going to do the sales and fulfillment. We're going to do customer service. And we're going to do all that within the 90 days. And you'll have a fully built and scaled out Facebook marketplace that can basically earn you passive income from us putting it together for you.
Okay. All right. So I like that. So 3 options based on how much effort you want to put in, how much time you want to take. And sorry, Wayne, were you going to say something?
Oh, yes. I just wanted to add on to what Alex was saying. So like I said, we don't want to spread ourselves too thin. We want to do 5 more done for yous, but we're actually actively hiring more VAs ourselves so we can continue to make sure everyone's properly allocated. But what we want to do is anyone that's joining the coaching, so that's the Discord chat plus the course, they'll also have first right of refusal if they want to basically upgrade to the 90-day launch. So we will be opening up more slots, but anyone in the coaching, they're going to get first right of refusal. Hopefully there are people from your subscribers, so they still get the benefit, but we're going to reach out to them first, assuming they haven't figured it all out themselves, and we'll help them. But if they want to go for the launch, we'll honor that as well for them.
Also, James, I forgot to mention, we have our chief of operations actually watching this in real time and answering questions. So if anyone has any questions and we're not able to answer them with you, he's in the chat answering them too. His name's Bobby. And he's there to help out too.
Awesome.
So.
I thought he was just a really helpful subscriber who knew the answers to every question.
He is very helpful, but he also, he's one of us.
Okay. No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Very cool. No, I really appreciate that. And I did want to emphasize what you said too, that if the links are working, you can buy it. Okay. Because that was a big question I got last time was, there's only this many slots. If the links work, you can buy. Okay. That's how it works.
Perfect.
So let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah, I'd love to hear some of your experience. Do you want to kind of just talk about when did you purchase? Was it a hard decision to purchase? Like what went into that thought? Let's start with that.
Yeah. So I purchased around the end of November, maybe middle of November. It took a couple of days for sure. There's definitely like a lot of, is this real? Is this a scam? Like, are these guys trying to get my money? Like, what's going on here? And I talked to Wayne. I talked to another sales guy, and just hearing the stories about automated like business in a box, it was kind of a foreign concept to me. I've heard of Amazon dropshippers who have bought similar packages and didn't have the results there and whatnot. But just hearing these guys talk about their process and the idea of, there's now shipping options available on Facebook for e-commerce is like, man, this is like a completely untapped market in my opinion, because everyone's been talking about Amazon dropshipping for like 10 years. It's not a new idea in my world. Similarly, James, I have tried to do dropshipping through Shopify. I work for an agency, so I thought I'll run the ads and I'll find the products and I'll do it myself. And I've been burnt many times trying to do it myself. And so, me and my wife are just at a place where we're like, we just want to buy the assets. I want to make passive income. I'm not going to mess around. Like, let me actually dedicate and put some real money forth. This is probably one of the biggest decisions that I ever made. And it definitely was like an act of faith to make that decision. But I'm really glad I did. The last 90 days have been incredible. Just, if anything, like learning and education, understanding like how a VA works and the cloud server and finding these products, and just there's so many steps along the way that they walk you through. It's completely opened up my world, and I'm definitely going to look into building more of these shops myself. I love that they let you take this business and go as far as you want to go with it. So as far as the decision, definitely was hard, but was one of the biggest decisions that I felt good about it. And I'm really glad I took the leap. As far as onboarding and stuff, really clear. There's a roadmap that one of the guys helped me through. The first 15 to 20 days is basically providing all the information for Facebook, login credentials, credit cards, any sort of information to get the VAs access to whatever they need access to, emails and credit cards and whatnot to make the purchases. And to be completely transparent, my experience has been 100% hands off. Like, I couldn't tell you where the products they're buying things from. I just see in my Facebook app, oh wow, there's like 4,000 listings here, and the volume is super high. I'm getting 50 messages a day from people, and I'm not managing anything. It's all on these guys. So in some ways, as I consider building up my own shops in the future for my wife's profile or whatever, I definitely want to get into that course and learn more about how to do it myself. But I've been completely hands off, just letting them rock and roll, and that's been my favorite part. It's just like it's truly passive. So yeah, that's my experience.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, there's a lot of passive income plays where they're trying to get all your input. Hey, what products do you care what products we put on? And I'm like you. I'm like, hey, you know what? All I want is the money in the account at the end of the month. That's really all I'm interested in. So love that. How long, again, this is a question I've been getting a lot, so maybe you both can chime in, but how long did it take from when you kind of paid to when you got your first sale?
I'd have to look back. I think it was in the first 30 days, maybe 45 days, where we started getting one. It wasn't a ton of volume at first, but it was definitely like there's a system where they're trying to make sure that you're not too spammy on Facebook. You're not posting 1,000 products, and Facebook's like, whoa, that's not legit. So there's definitely a slow and steady buildup where you don't want to get the algorithm's attention by any means. And so it's definitely minimal the first 45 days. But I'll say, I mean, again, I'm 90 days in. Every month, it's ramping up probably 30% each month. So I don't have the exact number of sales in the first month, but definitely ramps up.
Okay. Can I ask, have you had any expenses so far? That's something, a common question I've been getting is, what expenses should people budget other than, the price for the done for you or the course or whatever they're getting?
The only thing that I've really had to expend out of my own account is our cloud server. It's like bucks on the dollar a month or whatever. Like it's maybe $10 a month. And that is a new expense. It's not very expensive at all. Other than the products, I can't think of anything. Wayne, Alex, anything that I'm not thinking of?
No, because there's two ways to do it. So we can use remote access to like a team viewer or AnyDesk. And we actually, with this new verification, we actually start out doing that now, which might be a little bit different than Rami, just to avoid any and all red flags. We'll actually remote into a client's computer, set it all up. And then we call it stable, when their account is up and running, we'll switch them to a VPN and a proxy. So then they don't have to leave their laptop open or anything like that. So yeah, it's like $10 a month if you remember to shut it on and off, which is super easy, but it's probably never more than 20 if you left it running. And that's basically like, it's cheaper than buying way cheaper than buying another computer. So, and you can use it for other stuff if you're overseas or whatever you like to do. But other than that, you pay down your credit card bill and that's it. Because again, you don't need an LLC to sell on Facebook Marketplace, which is, that's an expense. So you can start right away.
Okay. So yeah, that's different than like an Amazon done for you store or Walmart, because that you have to get a business set up. And actually it's a lot of work to do the Amazon done for you compared to this. So
yeah, and a lot of people don't realize in other models, there's inventory that is involved in purchasing prior to even knowing if you're going to sell. Where with this, we never purchase a product unless a customer places an order on your store. So what we always say is, we sell high and then we buy it low. So that's sort of the model that we've always followed, and it reduces risk for sure.
Yeah. I always tell the story. Space Design Warehouse is a fellow YouTuber, so go check him out if you want to. But if you go down, he lives in Orlando. He has 10,000 pairs of scissors in his garage because he was doing Fulfilled by Amazon.
Oh my God.
It was selling scissors and bought a ton of inventory, and then he got some negative reviews, I guess faulty scissors or something. I don't know. But then he's just stuck with all these scissors. So anytime you go down, he's like, hey, do you want a free pair of scissors? And
he should do like a dollar scissor club. Is that like how
totally. So awesome. Well, hey, I'm going to start opening up we got some audience questions I want to go through. Audience, keep them coming. Feel free to ask Alex. Feel free to ask Wayne. Feel free to ask Isaiah too, because again, he's not that Alex and Wayne are going to lie to you or anything like that, but they're not. Isaiah's going to give you the full picture, and he even believes in Jesus. Okay. So that's, if you have questions, ask him for sure. Quentin would like to know, where do the products come from? Where do you guys buy the items that you drop ship?
I'll take it. So right now we're having a lot of success finding products on eBay is one of the best ones right now. Amazon got a little strict, so we like to stay away from Amazon. They don't like you reselling their stuff, but if you have an Amazon account you want to risk it with, you can definitely make money. But eBay's been great. That's our primary one right now, but we have shifted between a few. Walmart's not bad, but we like eBay better.
Okay, very good. And actually, this is a question I got probably 50 times, so we definitely should talk about it. But we have a lot of non-US people who are wanting to get involved. Is that possible? And then piggyback question, I know we had talked about maybe doing some kind of NFT collection where I don't know if you guys thought any more about that, or is that something we should talk about offline?
Gotcha.
Maybe offline. I don't know. I don't know. It's something
we can
I
definitely
haven't
peel
thought
it
about
back
before.
more though. It's
okay. I have
we
some
can
ideas.
peel that back for sure. I think it's a good
definitely
conversation.
interesting.
But so since we're primarily doing marketplace, if your country has marketplace, we can put a link to look. Some some countries have different restrictions on shops, so it is specific. Our bread and butter is US, but we can look into individual scenarios, so we'll take it case by case.
Okay, and that is something I was going to emphasize too, is if you're interested in this in any way, there's no harm in just scheduling a call and just talking through it. It's not high pressure. Again, I'm just from knowing Wayne and Alex, they're not going to be like, as soon as you're on a call, there's no way to get off without buying. They'll talk you through, hey, is this a good option for you? It's not for everyone. Again, they only have 5 slots available for the done for you. So they're not wanting, if they schedule 15 calls, they're not wanting everyone to get that. So when in doubt, schedule a call and you can kind of talk through that. But you can also, there is Facebook Marketplace talks about what countries they're available in: Argentina, Australia, Austria, Belgium. So you can kind of go look that up too and see if it's available in your country.
Yeah, actually, Facebook, like self-help, there's a lot of information, so you can Google any of this. But we can also share some links to help people out too. I know you have a lot of followers overseas.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Very cool. Okay. Next question is, what about shipping enabled? Is this a new thing? That's something that's been throwing people off here recently.
Yeah. So that was part of the verification. So that's what actually took us the longest to figure out, because and we can't see what's happening on the back end. So some people would go through the verification and the shipping would be disabled and no rhyme or reason. So it took us like a good 30, 45 days to figure it out. But now we know how to go directly to the Meta Pro team. And what kind of stinks is 9 out of 10 times, they'll just say it was a mistake on their end because it's all automated. So they're almost like you're guilty till proven innocent for just verifying yourself. Maybe because you've never sold anything before, or maybe because you don't post on Facebook a lot. But I have noticed if you're an active Facebook user, just like over the course of your life, and you're not posting anything to one way or another, you're just a regular person posting, those accounts actually get verified and ramped up quicker. Maybe because it knows you're just a regular guy, as opposed to where we don't want people creating a new Facebook for this, because it's like quite literally the opposite. So we over the last month, we figured out how to get the shipping enable, and it's part of that team where we're just basically going back and forth with support, opening it up, and once it's open, it stays open. And sometimes even when you verify, it says your marketplace will be suspended while we're verifying it, which also kind of stinks. It's kind of alarming to people, but it comes right back. But that's all kind of bundled into that new security system. But we figured out how to do it, and we do it through the Meta Pro team, is what like the top tier like level support is called. So it's just kind of like a back and forth process, like and that's why we just handle it all, because it is kind of time consuming.
And like we said, if it does take time, it doesn't count towards your 90 days at all. So we'll start everything from the time that you're up and live again.
Okay, cool. And again,
I think even like last night I got a message from our VA, like we got 3 or 4 of them back from probably 30 days ago. So we're not going to obviously hold that against the people. We'll start once that shipping's enabled, and then you're good to go.
Okay, gotcha. And it's another good reason why you would want these guys doing it for you rather than you doing it yourself. Is like, I don't want to deal with the hassle, and they know the tricks in the trade. They do this for a lot of people. So, again, when I'm trying to do it myself, there's just a lot of questions. Like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. So having
it's just like little tedious things. It's like like we're showing you what buttons to turn, but would you rather you turning the buttons all day long, or would you rather have, someone like Rami has someone outsourced doing it, right? So you don't have to think about it and following up with support tickets and things like that, can be, are parts of literally any business, whether it's drop shipping, whatever you own. There's definitely day-to-day stuff. So the more you can outsource, the more you can, live your life.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
And yeah, keep questions coming, audience. If I don't ask your question, we talked about some of this stuff earlier. So right when this is over, recording will be available. I'll put in chapters so you can skip around to the different questions. But I'm not just ignoring you. We just already talked about that, and I don't want to be.
And maybe Bobby can help answer some questions in there too from our team.
Yeah, Bobby's killing it. I feel like I could just kind of sit here. We could probably just stay quiet and
we call him Robob because he's basically like a human robot.
Yeah, I think he can.
His fingers move so quick.
I don't know if he can text us, but I think he can type like 200 words a minute. I don't know.
It doesn't make any. It's insane.
Like when he types, the words pop up at a time, not individual letters.
I love it. I love it, Bobby. Got to meet Bobby sometime.
Yeah, absolutely. And Bobby, like Rami knows Bobby. Like you'll have, and I think one of the biggest things we have is the Discord chat, because I know other people that do this business and they're using WhatsApp or Telegram where, it serves its purpose, but it's very, I don't know. I couldn't run a business off of it. So Discord allows like full transparency. Your VA's in there. We have a VA supervisor. We have a customer service person who's in the United States. And then Alex and I are in it, and then the client. So there's like 7 or 8 people in your chat that are, making sure things are going right. And it's full transparency. We're not just like shipping your account out to a random VA we found. They all work for us. They're all trained by us. We have our own big ticketing system on the back end. So, if Rami went through a verification, 2 minutes later, there'd be a ticket for somebody to submit the ticket to the Meta Pro team. So like, it's a pretty big infrastructure on the back end that we use to efficiently manage all these accounts.
Yeah, I'm sure Isaiah, you can probably attest to like how the being in the Discord is helpful, and all the stuff that kind of goes on inside of it, right?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, again, I'm so hands off because you guys are whenever I've had needed to be in there. I mean, you guys are on top of it. Bobby, I think, is one of the managers in that room, and it'll be like 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. and he's there like 30 seconds back. Sweet. And then the VAs as well. I mean, they speak great English. I've had some bad experience with like other VAs from other businesses or my own agency, and these guys are great. Like they're awesome.
Yeah, I mean, they'll take a phone call or a Zoom call with clients even. So they're very articulate, and they're experts on this, just like any other subject. They know the ins and outs of this, and they know every button. They know every new button that pops up, every trick to get a hold of someone at Facebook, even get a Facebook employee on the phone. So. That's the kind of support that, if you're paying for, you want to have behind you.
Right. Absolutely. Love it. Okay. Casey says, I'm roughly 1 month into the 90-day time frame. What happens after 90 days if the sales aren't exceeding the $200 a month admin fee? Do you see that happen from time to time where you get 90 days in and you're still not making very much money? What happens in that case with the done for you?
We can extend it. We take every kind of store as their own instance, right? Because there's a lot of variables at hand. So if we need to extend it a little bit longer, it's no sweat. We want to make sure it's profitable for you. Again, some of these accounts took 30-45 days to get enabled. So we're starting from that date, right? So and I think Casey might be one of them. I can't remember off the top of my head, but we'll make sure there's a full 90 days of us listing, selling, ramping up, and getting it to where it needs to be. So if you didn't get enabled till halfway through, you're not necessarily halfway through. So I think he might be one of the scenarios, but we monitor all of that, and we have all kinds of Google Docs where we track, when we got the enabling back, and it's not just like day 90, see you later. We'll make sure.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like we're just like trying to cut you off and that's it. That's the end of you. No, exactly. We want to work with you.
And again, not to speak for you guys, but it's in their best interest for you to be happy as a customer. That businesses like this wouldn't last very long if people went through the 90 days and were not doing well. It would only take, a few people with that experience to leave negative reviews and go around saying, hey, this is terrible. They're terrible people. And the business wouldn't last very long. So I know it's in their best interest to make you happy, to make you satisfied as a customer. So,
yeah, I mean, truthfully, like we've had people that left us and, their VA that they had didn't work out and, suspended their account. We've taken people back and rectified their accounts if they're having trouble on their own. So, we're here to help people at the end of the day. We're in all the chats. you know where to find us. You know, we're working on this all day, and our VAs work all night. So it's really a literally 24/7 operation. So
yeah, our goal is to have more Isaiahs. So
yeah,
we love that. So
Yep.
we just want people to be happy.
That's awesome. This is probably one of the first package or products where a customers actually come on to talk about their experience with it. So I love
it.
that.
That says a lot.
Thank you,
I love
Isaiah.
it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Quentin would like to know what happens after the 90 days.
sure. So we have a couple options. Really, the main one is we are in the process because we have a lot of clients now, right? So we're in the process of finding vetted and VAs that we trust that know how to do Facebook, that they can use our course to sharpen their sword. And we're going to help find virtual assistants that make sense for your store. And then basically kind of pass the baton. But we're going to continue to like monitor everything to make sure it's the biggest thing is a smooth transition, right? Because at the end of the day, the client doesn't seem to care who's actually doing it as long as they're trained, trustworthy, and vetted. So that's our goal, is to pass the baton that way. And we're possibly working on some options where we can have fully trained staff of ours that we can actually afford to not get rid of, but give to a client. That's the ultimate goal, but we're scaling up VAs to make sure everybody is placed with somebody in their store to run it just as good as we are.
Okay, awesome.
So in a perfect world, you don't even notice the transfer is what is the goal.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Let's see. Besides the $200 a month, is there any profit split with them that has to take place post 90 days? So after 90 days, is there a profit split with you guys?
So we actually had that. We've gotten rid of that. So it would just be $200 per month. Yep.
Okay, very cool. That's
and I don't know what other business is that cheap. Like,
yeah, and also same thing within the 90 days. There isn't a profit split either. You get to keep your profits. So also not very common usually. Any sort of business, there would be some sort of profit share where you'd have to pay a lot more to have a business basically be run for you. So in my mind, it's a great starter thing. It's a great passive thing too. So it's pretty cool setup.
Totally.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of people that wish they had staff for $200 a month.
Right. No, totally. Yeah. What is the expected ROI after a year? Do you have stores that are that old, and what are you kind of seeing?
We do. Like I said before, there's a lot of variables, but after a year, I mean, I know it's a giant range, but some people have multiple stores. Some people even have 2 VAs working on one store they hired. So it could be between $500 a month if you're very limitedly managing it. And we've had some accounts do over 5,000 profit a month. It also varies on the traffic because it can ebb and flow. Like last April, lots of people are making $5,000 a month.
Yeah, some people were making. I mean, I don't want to sound crazy, but some people were making like $10,000 a month. Where it was just the traffic was just wild to the shops, and then things kind of shifted into the marketplace. But yeah, there's definitely a range. Obviously, we want to be able to see that ROI within the year for sure, of course.
Okay, awesome. We got a lot of great questions. So guys, keep them coming. We'll get through as many of these as we can. I don't want to go longer than an hour. But yeah, keep them coming. These are great questions. With someone that has a seasoned Facebook account but hasn't posted anything in years, does that hinder the process at all?
That seems to be okay. We've had a few accounts. I think almost like the age of the account is more important than when you've technically. I think posting frequently still helps, but I think the age of it is the more important thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
really like the activity, like when you get your or when we start doing this, you don't have to go on there and write, a Facebook status. I love James Pelton every day. You can just go and like some.
You should though.
Yeah, you should. He's an awesome guy. But you can, like some posts. You don't have to go nuts. Just like show Facebook that it's a real profile, and like your mom's posts or say what's up to a friend. Nothing crazy, but that definitely seems to like just show it that it's not an account created just for this.
Right. That's the main Facebook is trying to prevent against is creating they want real people to do.
Yeah, they just want to see that it's real. So like some of the best performing accounts for people that had a Facebook, they're, I don't know, last 5, 6 years, 10 years, maybe have just maybe shared pictures here and there, nothing crazy. They usually have the least amount of issues where when you make a brand new one, we basically have to start doing those processes where we're making it look real. We're posting, sharing, and then it takes longer to get that shipping enabled that somebody asked about. But
Okay.
I guess Rami was a good Facebook user leading up to this.
Nice job.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can I have him in all my AMAs to do this for everything? Because this is
he crushing it right now?
He's crushing. I'm used to like trying to answer questions and facilitate things, and man, he's
Wow,
Bob.
Yeah, we want it to be easy for you.
Job.
No, you can't take Bob. We need Bob.
Yeah, Bob, let me know what they're paying you, and we'll work something out. So no. DJ would like to know, is done with you the same as done for you?
So let's talk about that. So we actually, right, like the done for you is like, we're going to run your account forever. With I would say unlimited resources from us, where we're kind of not avoiding it. We really only offer, if the done with you is considered the coaching is what we're kind of considering it these days. Don't want to confuse all the DFY.
Yeah, the names are it's honestly a name. Basically, within the 90 days is a done with you program for that 6K program. We call it done with you because theoretically, you have the course so you can learn how to do it yourself. You have access to the Discord to ask questions. If you want to be involved, you can. But really, at the end of the day, if you want to be like Isaiah, you can be as hands off as you want, or you can be involved too. So that, I know the naming is kind of strange, but really what it comes down to is within the 90 days. I mean, it's basically a done for you program. I'd say the coaching is more of a done with you program. Exactly. The coaching is a 4K option. That's more of a done with you. And then obviously, as you know, the courses, you're kind of doing it yourself.
Yeah. So a lot of it comes down to how much work do you want to put in personally? How much capital do you have available? Obviously, if you have more time than money, then maybe doing the course might be a better option for you. But if you are like in my position, I have more capital than I do time. So the done for you is the only thing that I would even consider in my position. So
yeah, and I do want to say if the lower price point options make sense for you, keep in mind at the end of the day, the goal is passive income still. Like that doesn't change. You're just kind of front loading some of the work. But if you follow the course and you put in all the pieces that we show you how, you'll end up with a business technically the same as Isaiah has here, right? But he basically paid to accelerate that, right? So if you have a little bit of time and you follow the steps, you can definitely, anyone can do this. It's just, do you want to? Do you have the time and put the effort in? But at the end of the course, you will have what we all have. So it just depends on, like you said, trading some money for time or vice versa. So,
and kind of going off of that, I think also it's important to mention that if you take, like, let's say the course, or if you take the middle one, the coaching, and then you decide later, hey, like I actually do want more help than I originally thought, we'll work with you, and we can create some sort of like bridge where we can get you to that point of customer service and to pay that difference or something.
Cool.
Yeah, if you fall into that middle coaching, I think it's a really cool opportunity because you can always go up to the done for you, right? We're not going to stop you. You have the first right of refusal, but you can take a stab at doing it yourself and save some money and technically end up with the same result because if you're doing this yourself and you have questions, throw screenshots in the chat. Hey, I'm getting a verification issue. What do I do? How do I submit the ticket? Or hey, a customer wants a refund, what do I do? That's how we're going to support you just as if we were doing it for you. But the biggest difference is, you found that virtual employee on your own, and that's kind of on you. So that's reflects in the price. So, but it's definitely a cool middle ground where, definitely would love to see some people take advantage of that as well.
Okay. And one thing too, an underestimated value of the done for you is there's a lot of courses that I bought and things like that where then I have the time, but not the dedication or just the umption to finish it and be consistent with it and go in day after day and do what needs to be done. And, orders come in and you're like, oh, I don't feel like filling those orders and things like that. So kind of know yourself. If I do sign up for this, is it something that I'm going to want to stick with? Because if not, then maybe the done for you would be better because that's part of what you're paying for is your guys' dedication, like just making sure things are done.
It's definitely nice having like a mentor, expert in your corner. I think anyone that has success at anything, a lot of people have that in common, regardless of if it's Facebook, any other business. Usually, paying experts to accelerate the process is definitely the way to do it. So I mean, we even do that in other ventures that Alex and I are now exploring. We're paying to be in the right rooms and partnering with people and, you know, trying to find a way to download someone else's knowledge into our brain, but not have to take it as long as it may have taken that other person. So, you know,
Like
we apply that to everything. So, you know,
like
this
Neo
is
in the Matrix, plug it
exactly.
in. You know?
Yeah.
I want that Neuralink, baby.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Do you guys run ads or is this completely organic?
It's completely organic. We just, you know, we do kind of like, I guess you can consider it SEO, but we optimize the titles, the descriptions, the pictures. And then, you know, we go off of what's selling, seasonal, what other top sellers out there that are selling and kind of riding those waves where the traffic already is.
Yeah, we use a bunch of different sophisticated software to determine what is selling in the space, what volume is selling in the space, to try to find those like winning products that actually will start selling rapidly. And we teach it all in the course and show it all. But this is what we're doing for you on the back end to make sure we do find those winning products and sell it organically.
Okay. Have you guys ever thought about running ads? Is that something that maybe in the future, or do you find organic works fine? So why mess with it if it's not broken?
In marketplace, yes, but I think there is an opportunity with shops in the future because we actually show this in the course too. Shops is pretty cool because again, the traffic's not totally there yet. I think maybe it could eventually become like a pay to play where the ads will get you the sales. But what's cool is we show you how to connect the Shopify to your shop, and Shopify is an amazing hub because there's a lot of wholesale drop shippers. So there's some that we found that, you know, if you go on Wayfair and you see a dresser for $500, we know the suppliers you can get it for $300, $200, and they connect in to Shopify, and then that pushes their inventory onto your shop. So you could run ads to your shop that are selling the same stuff as Wayfair, and you can actually undercut Wayfair. But and we've done that and gotten sales organically, but I think it's going to shift to you got to run some ads. But we show that in the course actually, the wholesale supplier we found, how to connect to the Shopify, how to push it to your shop. It's really cool. I think that's a direction that we're going to eventually invest into more ourselves and
yeah, something like that. It makes sense when the margins are that big. Like for the wholesaling side, the margins could be a couple $100, which is insane. So something like that, it makes sense to put ad dollars behind. And it's definitely something we're exploring. And also with the course, it's a living, breathing thing. So as we find new strategies and as we see things that are working better than others, we'll update the course and swap out videos and things like that.
Hey guys, I'm always done 5 minutes in here.
Okay. Wait, the joys of working from home, right?
I actually have a cleaning lady here, believe it or not.
Okay. Yeah, no, the joys of working from home. That's,
I'm like Grammy. I got 2 kids myself. I can't keep up.
Yeah, my kids come to the door, and I
oh my god, I know.
Try to signal, hey, not right now.
Yeah, luckily my kid is
on
two.
air.
Mine's 2, and he can't get up the stairs because I lock him out downstairs, so he can't come into my office right now, which is nice. Yeah. On the 2nd floor, so little tricks.
Yeah, I recently moved upstairs, so I got some privacy now. My office was downstairs, and like there'd be all kinds of crying, door slamming, everything. I'm sure you're well aware of.
Yeah, I keep the mute button handy. If there's something going on, just quickly mute. So, how do taxes work? Does Facebook send us a tax form, or do the VAs keep track?
That's an awesome question. So the Facebook and / PayPal, because they actually do transactions through PayPal, will send you a 1099. And then we have a sales sheet that is definitely a benefit of having our team manage, because they manage every sale, transaction, cost of goods sold, tax, Facebook fee, returns on a Google Doc that you have 24/7 access to. It's updated every night. So you'll be able to see your profit at the click of a button. And at the end of the year, you use that in combination with the 1099 to do your taxes.
At the same time, you definitely still want to consult with your accountant at the end of the day. But everything that Wayne said is yes. Yeah.
And we're not accountants.
Let me pull up this ticker. Not financial advice is what I was looking for. There we go. Not financial advice. Cool. Don't talk with a CPA. But I would encourage people, don't let the legal structure, don't let not having an LLC be what holds you back from doing something like this. It's not a big deal. It's very easy to get an LLC.
It's exactly, that's a good point. I mean, you don't need an LLC to start this at all. I know sometimes people get involved and they say, oh, wait, I want to start a company first. And we're like, why don't you just start as a sole proprietor, start as an individual? And then later on, we could switch, to a corporation, and it won't really matter at all.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it's just a pass-through entity. You put your social security number and you're ready to go. When you file your taxes, there's a sole proprietor section where you say how much you sold, how much you spent. That's your profit. Pay your taxes like you should. And then, you know, you do it on your personal returns. It's super easy. I mean, if you're running some big, huge conglomerate, you know, you might want different entities and things like that. But I mean, this is a good side hustle. You don't have to, you know, get analysis paralysis or think you have all these things in place. You know, just start selling.
Yep. And I'm an expert now on throwing up LLCs. Like I can get an LLC spun up in like 15 minutes nowadays. So yeah, just talk with your CPA though, if you're concerned about that, but don't let that be what holds you back from moving forward. Okay. I'm not saying you have to go forward, but don't let the legal structure or the taxes or anything like that be what holds you back. Where are the VAs from? Do you have a specific, is it kind of vary?
Yeah, so we have VAs in the Philippines and in India. Most of ours are in India, but we're also expanding some into the Philippines.
And also, just so everyone knows, I don't know, people might have questions on it. They're actually, it's our VAs. They only work for us. I know sometimes VAs might work for a bunch of different companies, and they might have multiple jobs that they're working on for different employers. But these are our own VAs on our own payroll. So yeah, it's totally our our back office.
Yeah, we have our own office there with our own virtual assistants. They only work for us. They're trained by us. So, you know, we're not just finding any old ones and pairing them with people and then having them all in our network. You know, if we do bring in outside ones, they're very vetted and, you know, we make sure they show us results and they're trustworthy. But we have a lot of experience handling virtual assistants. Even, you know, Alex and I, we had, you know, outsourced experience in our prior life. In the medical billing world. So we've been dealing with outsourced employees for probably about like 10 years now. So we kind of know how to navigate those waters and make sure everybody's in good hands.
Okay. At Isaiah, question for Isaiah. Do you mind sharing how much you're currently making?
More than I'm spending. I know that much.
That's right. That's, you know, in passive income, that's pretty much all you care about is.
I will say that I was looking at some bank account stuff. I think I've grossed around 6,000 in sales. And again, I'm within 90 days. I haven't run the profit margins on that, but I'm about, I think 20 to 30% profitable there. So definitely is steady. And most of that's come in the last 30 days. So I think there was somebody earlier who's saying like, I'm 1 month in, how am I going to cover my $200 management fee? Cause I had the same question for Bobby. I was like, hey man, we're like, it's January 15th. Like what's going on? He's like, just wait, I promise you. And the last, like, I wish my wife was here because I'm like, babe, it's happening. It's happening. So, I want to see continue to go up, but shoot, if I can get anything that's passive, I mean, I'm going to be happy. And it's a long-term game. And I think Bobby was the one who was telling me, he's like, bro, just wait for 6 months, then wait for 10 months, then wait for this. Like it's going somewhere. So that's my current numbers. Again, that's not like to the penny, but it's kind of a ballpark.
Yeah. Nope. That's awesome. You sound very similar to me in my passive income ventures. People are like, how much do you make with this? And I'm like, I just know I'm making money. I have so many things I'm doing. So totally get that.
I think patience is another thing. Like in this day and age, like everything's like instant gratification. But you know, most people who are running traditional businesses, they've put their blood, sweat, and tears for 10 years to make $1 million. And they see some kids that have made $1 million in a year when they're 17 and their whole kind of perception and timeline is totally warped. So like if you can make money your first year in business and anything is amazing. So I think people, you know, with crypto, I don't think crypto helped for better or for worse. It kind of shortened everyone's like get rich quick, but yeah, it's definitely possible, you know, if you're consistent with anything.
By the way, speaking of crypto, we're also running like crypto discounts. So if that's something that you are interested in, I know you got a lot of crypto guys on here and gals. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to learn more and you want to talk to somebody, we can work that out too.
I love that. Yeah, for sure. Yep. For sure. Is it possible to start a shop next to another shop already going, or does it have to be kind of a clean Facebook account?
You can have multiple shops for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would say if people have specific questions, I'll even make Bobby take some calls and he knows the ins and outs as well. But yeah, we'll look at your individual scenario too. So, I mean, don't let anything stop you from at least booking a call. And, you know, I think it's best to say, hey, this is my Facebook profile, my scenario. Will this work? Will it not work? Like if you have prior like ad restrictions and things like that, you know, the results are less guaranteed. We can get them lifted, but there was some potential or not damage may have been done in your past life before working with us, but we can try to rectify that and see what's salvageable. So any questions about like your account health, Facebook status, age of it, just book a call and we'll kind of just do like an analysis of it to see if it's something we think we can get sales with.
Okay. Love it. Let's see. What if I go with you guys, but there are no sales?
That's a fair question. I mean, nothing is guaranteed. I mean, we all know that. I mean, we're going to do the exact work that we did for Rami's shop. So, you know, in theory, it should be work, but I can't guarantee, you know, 10,000 in sales. I actually can't legally guarantee $1 in sale, but we're going to do the exact processes we do for everyone. So.
Yep. SEC and FTC are on the lookout. So you got to be careful with what you say.
Right.
For sure.
I mean, this is an investment. It's a business. I mean, you could open a coffee shop and nobody walks in. So.
Right. Yep.
And then you have a lot of overhead.
Yes. And that's what I love about drop shipping is, yeah, you don't have like, I spend almost $50K a month in inventory for my Amazon fulfilled by Amazon store. And if it doesn't sell, then it's kind of like, oh, that just cuts into my profits. And so that's why I love the drop shipping model. Speaking of which, does Facebook hold your payments for a while? How much credit do you need to show? If you're going to be doing drop shipping, I assume there's a little bit of a gap between when you get paid and when you have to buy. How much credit do you need to be able to start this?
So when it comes to credit, we recommend maybe a couple $1,000s, not as much as other platforms. The reason being is it's not like Amazon where they hold your payouts for 2 weeks and they pay you out every 2 weeks. Facebook actually pays you out on a rolling basis. So when the client or the customer receives their order, then they pay you out shortly after that. So you're constantly like every few days, or you're constantly getting paid out, which means that it's easier for you to pay down and quicker for you to pay down your credit card. So that amount of credit needed is lowered because you can continually pay off your credit card bill if you want to.
Okay. Gotcha. And that also too, I tell people you can kind of start low and work your way up if you need to. Like you might just be slower in your growth. Like,
we have people that start off with $500 or $1,000 and it's fine, especially in the beginning because we're ramping up anyways.
Yeah, just pay your card down. That credit becomes available. So,
and don't forget too. I was gonna say, don't forget too that this will help your credit score, and you'll get credit card points that people don't realize.
Solid.
Yep, that's a huge income stream actually for with my Fulfilled by Amazon, I have a lot more but I'm putting $50K a month on my credit card. There's a lot of points when you're doing that.
Yeah, that's like a nice little trip. That's it's not bad. First class maybe.
I actually make more profit from my credit card rewards than I do from my Amazon store.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah.
There's one way of looking at it.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And credit card points aren't taxed if you cash them out.
Yes. Yep. You know the tricks. You know the tricks.
I went on my honeymoon, all credit card points.
I'm going to do not financial advice again. Don't take anything we're saying as like, hey,
I actually saw somebody
come to you and they say, hey, Wayne said it's not taxed. Don't do that.
Yeah, true. Good point.
Thank you, James.
Yes, I got you back.
I saw a hat that said "not financial advice" on it. I'll have to make one for you.
Yeah,
I stole you one of these.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
we'll get you one out in the mail.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And actually, everyone that purchases a store with us, actually, they get a link so they can purchase a free item too. So they get like a free little merch, hat, shirt, whatever from our store. Just a little thing in there.
I love it. I love the branding because it's like I get exactly what my channel's after. So
we got to get you some merch, man.
Yep. That'd be
we'll
awesome.
text you the code. I thought we might have already but we got to get you some merch.
We'll get James some merch.
Yeah.
End of video and the merch.
It's funny because like I can be making, tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto and stuff, but if somebody sends me a free hat,
I know.
It makes me feels awesome.
I know, it's awesome.
All right.
Honestly, it's like the same way. That feeling though is how I felt about when I first started selling on Facebook and I had a day job. It was like this 500 feels better than this, say like 3,000 or whatever my paycheck was that month, right? This little amount felt so much better than that because I made it myself through something I didn't have to go to work for. So
totally agree.
Very similar feeling. So I got to get you a hat.
Totally agree. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we'll close with this question. Where do I go to sign up? So let's just remind people of all the different options. If they're wanting to schedule a call, is the Business in a Box the best place to go for that?
Yes, that's the website.
Okay, so let me go here. I'll just kind of show people. So if you're wanting to book a call, you can go to this website. Again, I'll put all these links are in the description, but I'll put them in the comments too. But you can come here, schedule a call, and just make sure that you mention that James you came from James's video. Then we also have let me get all these links. They're all in the description.
Yeah, the Biz in Box will take you to a link to book a time and date. If you want to talk to maybe Bobby, if you're lucky. And the other two ones, if you're ready to buy, you can go ahead and buy on there. And if you do book a call and you have crypto, just mention that and we'll try to knock a little bit off for you.
Awesome. No, I appreciate that. I remember that was a question last time you guys came on.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you pay with crypto? So
we're getting ahead of it now. Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap up there. We're right at an hour. Audience, appreciate you guys. You asked wonderful questions. You guys are way better question askers than I am. So I appreciate you guys being here.
Sure.
Isaiah, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you just sharing your experience. I wish you the best as a podcaster. And if you ever want to come on the channel or need advice or want exposure or anything, let me know. I'm happy to help out. And Alex and Wayne, appreciate you guys. I think this is the fourth time that you've been on my channel now.
It feels like it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's always a good time.
I love it, man. Yeah, we always have fun.
So, and I'll probably be getting another video out, just kind of summing all this up into a nice, 10 or 12 minute nice video. So stay tuned for that. But I appreciate all you guys. I'm excited about this going forward.
Awesome. Thanks so much,
guys.
James. Always a good time.
Yep. Thank you guys, and hope everybody has a great rest of the day.